Hear me out. I know this might be the most disrespectful football sentence you'll hear this season, but Arsenal, a treble, and the worst team to ever do it. Yeah, I know. Arsenal fans would be furious, and the rivals would be smiling for reasons that they don't fully understand yet. But let me stop you right there, because this is not hate. This is not a prediction. And definitely not saying that Arsenal are suddenly a Sunday League side. This is a thought experiment, a very uncomfortable one. Could Arsenal win a treble and still not feel like a treble team while doing it? Not because they are bad, but because Arsenal have a very special relationship with almost greatness. They don't bottle trophies anymore. They just, gently place them back on the shelf. And by the way, if you enjoy football content where we take ideas that sound stupid at first and then calmly make them even more uncomfortable, that's basically this channel. No agendas, no trust me bro, just football logic and emotional damage. And let's get back to Arsenal. Because here is a reality. Arsenal are top of the Premier League. They're also top of the Champions League group stage that just elapsed. And they're also in a domestic cup final. And on paper, that's elite territory. And if you looked at the table, you'd think, whoa, Arsenal are flying. But if you actually watch them, you don't feel the fear. You feel a mild concern. Because this isn't a team that walks onto the pitch and says, we're better than you. It's more like, we've brought a spreadsheet, a set-piece routine, and emotional discipline, which, it's effective. But terrifying? Not really. This Arsenal team is strange. They're well coached, they're organized, and they rarely beat themselves. But they don't dominate games in a way that treble teams usually do. They don't overwhelm opponents. They don't blow teams away in 20 minutes. They don't have that one attacker where you go, that guy decides the match on his own. Instead, they're heavily reliant on control, on structure, and on set pieces. Which is ironic because nothing screams historic treble like winning 1-0 from a corner you practiced for 6 weeks. And this is the most Arteta way to win trophies imaginable. And then there's the attack. And one name comes in, Bukayo Saka, the star boy, which is funny because he's 24 years old now. And at this point, he's less of a star boy and more like a star man with a mortgage to pay. And he's good, he's reliable, and he's actually important. But he's not ripping the league apart. And that's the kind of sums up the Arsenal's front line. Because everyone contributes, but no one actually dominates. It's football by committee, which again works, but doesn't exactly scream legendary treble. Historically, trebles were about intimidation. Think about the classic ones. United 99, that were the Chaos Merchants, or Barcelona 09, that were the artistry and control about. Then we also had the Bayern 2020, that were an absolute machine, and now City recently, that were relentless and inevitable. Those teams didn't just win, they made opponents feel like the result was decided before kickoff. And Arsenal don't do that. Arsenal make you think, this could be annoying, which is a very different emotional experience. But here is uncomfortable truth. Football has changed. Calendars are brutal. The squads are stretched. Everyone presses, and the margins are actually tiny. Dominance isn't rewarded like it used to be, but survival is. And Arsenal are very good at surviving. They don't panic, they don't implode, they don't self-destruct under pressure, which historically is already an improvement. Because in modern football, that might actually be enough. But let's be honest about how this treble will happen. Not through brilliance, not through dominance, but through the rivals, keeping on dropping points, the tight knockout schemes, the actual defense structure that is pretty solid at the moment, and the set pieces doing unspeakable amounts of heavy lifting. They wouldn't crush Europe, they'll quietly inconvenience it, and they wouldn't be actually unforgettable. They'd just be, well, unavoidable. And that's why this idea works. If Arsenal won a treble like this, it would still count, but it wouldn't feel right. No iconic moments, no legendary attackers, no greatest team ever conversations. Just a lot of, well, they won, which might be the most Arsenal thing imaginable. So, will Arsenal win the treble as the least dominant team to ever do it? Yeah, they actually could. And if they do, it won't expose Arsenal, it will actually expose the modern football. That dominance isn't required anymore. That control beats chaos, and that sometimes being boring is actually enough. So hear me out. Some football ideas sound ridiculous until Arsenal makes them true. Thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, please consider subscribing. And see you on the next one.